For many of us, sweatshirts are a wardrobe basic. Decorated sweatshirts have played a starring role during many seasons of Sewing with Nancy. Looking back at all the styles created, I decided to feature a two-part series, The Best of Sweatshirt Makeovers, with my guest, Mary Malari, who is the self-proclaimed goddess of sweatshirt embellishments. During the next two episodes, you'll see sweatshirt favorites recorded over several years of programming. Mary, it's fitting that you're here with us during this compilation because you designed them all.
Well, thanks, Nancy. The most frequent request in sweatshirt style makeovers is to change a pullover into a cardigan. We'll show those transformation techniques along with learning how to apply simple appliques to the cardigan remake. The Flowers and Vines cardigan showcases my simple asymmetrical placket with faux suede appliques and an eclectic combination of fabrics and trims. You'll also see other applique variations, giving options beyond the holidays.
The Best of Sweatshirt Makeovers, that's what's next on Sewing with Nancy.
Sewing with Nancy, TV's longest-airing sewing and quilting program with Nancy Zieman, is made possible by Baby Lock, a complete line of sewing, quilting, and embroidery machines and sergers. Baby Lock, for the love of sewing. Madeira, specializing in embroidery, quilting, and special effect threads, because creativity is never black and white. Koala Studios, fine sewing furniture custom built in America. Clover, making a difference in sewing, quilting, crafting, and needle arts for over 90 years. Amazing designs and Class A needles.
We'd like to begin by pointing out the basic changes we're going to review, and Mary, we'll show that on your Flowers and Vines sweatshirt.
Here at the bottom of the sweatshirt, we've removed the bottom ribbing. We've added a placket with some embellishments and closures on the placket, and then finally appliques here on this edge and at the bottom left side of the sweatshirt.
Now the changes are really simple, and a lot of straight stitching, so this is going to take you an evening to make the changes. The first thing to change would be to remove the ribbing, just cut it off.
That's an easy step, Nancy, and it's going to make the sweatshirt more comfortable for a lot of people, and it will hang differently from having the ribbing on. And one way that you can change the bottom is to hem it, to turn it up. A lot of women find that a standard sweatshirt is too long anyway, and so this is a great way to shorten it so it's more appropriate to their size.
But if you're tall like me, perhaps you'd like to face that hem. You need all the length you can get, and that's what we've done on this particular style.
This time we build a facing that is added to the bottom edge of the shirt. It starts out 4 inches wide, and we cut it to the circumference of the bottom of the sweatshirt, and we added 1/2 inch.
Sew it together into a tube.
It's now 2 inches wide and double, and so we're going to place it at the bottom edge of the sweatshirt on the right side of the garment.
And then stitch just with 1/4 of an inch seam allowance, press or with seam allowance, it doesn't really matter.
That's right. And then on this side, you can see we've stitched it already, and now we can turn that facing to the inside of the sweatshirt. We'll add a few pins to make it lie in place, and then of course we're going to sew it. I always like to top stitch from this side.
Sure. Single roll or double roll, it's up to you.
Either way, yes.
Simple change, but it's still a pullover because we don't have any opening.
That's right. We turn it into a cardigan in the next part of the process. It's important to measure and mark the center front line on the sweatshirt. And we have it marked here with a chalk marker. And we measure that, and we add 2 inches to the measurement. I always like a little extra fabric, Nancy, because it just seems like a safe thing to do.
And that's going to be the length you'll need for your placket piece.
The placket piece is 7 inches wide, and the measurement plus the 2 inches. And we also have fusible interfacing back here, and we've pressed back the top edge 1/4 of an inch. Our next fold is on this side of the placket, and we iron back 1.5 inches of fabric. And that is the fold, the line we're going to meet to the center front line on the sweatshirt. And we place it about 1/4 inch above the seam line of the ribbing and the sweatshirt.
Okay.
And then we add some pins, and we can, in aligning the two lines, we're going to get this nice and straight on the sweatshirt.